What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft video, and I got a treat for you today. This is another detailed tutorial, and this one is on beds, and I have it separated into three sections. We got poor, we got middle class, and we got rich. So I'm actually really excited for this because this is actually probably my most in-depth one of these tutorials that I've done so far. It's just I've done so many of them. I had a lot of help by Archmage. Well, yeah, a lot of help. He did a lot of the rich beds, like he did this one, this one, this one, this one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, so he did a lot of the rich beds. I did most of these and stuff. I did pretty much all of these, except for the last the last two there. I had a little bit of help, but yeah, this was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing this, and I'm really excited about showing you guys through these and giving you some ideas, hopefully, for your builds. So anyway, let's go ahead and just get started on this. First of all, we have ourselves a hay bed here. This one, the way that you get the hay block like that. First of all, guys, for those of you that are not on the Raven server, I am over on the raven.org server. That is the IP. You can find it down below in the description. And also, I am using the Conquest Resource Pack by Monsterfish, which allows metadatas and amazing blocks that you can use that are like added to the pack. Than the original blocks. So there's a lot of different new awesome things that you can use. Granted, we are 1.7.10, but hopefully that'll change in the future as Mojang continues their journey to perfecting the game. Right. Anyway, on the Raven server, we have what is called a metacycler and a biome cycler. And as you can see here, as I'm using the metacycler here, and then the biome cycler changes the biome column, just the single column here. But anyway, what we're going to do is just get right into this. So the way that you get this hay bale, this hay texture there, is you change from a oak stairs into that right there. And that's how you get that. Now this is another sort of bed design. It looks more like a chair, obviously, because they are chairs, but it works pretty well as a bed as well. So you can look at that and possibly use that if you want. Now let me change the time to 12 p.m. Get a little bit more light in here so you guys can see more highlights. So anyway, also you can use gray beds. Now it's just the same thing. You just use these the same yellow texture, and then you just change the biome of it, the biome column, and that's how you get that. Now this is a bunk bed design, as you can see, with the trap doors like that, and same thing with this, except the bunk bed is the other way. It's very plain. As you can work with it a lot, but that is what I did with that. Now another thing you can do is this here, which is a full-size bed and then a normal bed on top. So maybe the kid sleeps up here and maybe the parents sleep down there or something. That's kind of weird, but who knows how they would do it in the medieval days. So anyway, this is another cool design. As you can see, the headboard here is actually the picture frame. So you'd place the picture first, the painting. So you just place the painting first, as you can see here, and just go through the paintings till you find this one. And then you place the two or the four blocks, the four hay blocks like that. Now in order to get these hay blocks, all you need to do is take any one of the wood slabs, and then you just cycle through till you get to just past dark oak, actually just past the chair, and then that's how you get the hay blocks right there. And then now this is another bed design here, another small bed design, bunk bed, but on this side you can see that it's all covered. So maybe like this over here is where like the kitchen table is, or the dining room table is, and maybe they sleep just on the other side, which would make sense. So depending, because when you have sort of like a poor house environment, it's really difficult to, be spacious and have your own rooms. So basically everyone just slept in the same area and all that good stuff, which is kind of odd, but it works. Another bed here is where you have it's basically a full-size bed. You have a chest at the end, and you can use these hay blocks like that, and it works pretty well. Now this is another bed design that you can use. Just have hay in the ground, so just use hay blocks like this. Let me grab it. Just use hay blocks like that, and then just place the carpets on top. So just like that, carpets. So these are actually just the light gray carpets on top. Now this is another interesting bed design, so maybe it's just like a pile of hay that's kind of up, and then this is where he sleeps, so that's an idea. Another idea is here, and you have the item frame at the end. By the way, this is also a hammock. I've got this idea from Victor. So this is like a hammock design that you would find on a ship, because people wouldn't sleep on beds on ships. It's kind of difficult to do, but this is the kind of hammock I typically use on my ships, my earlier era ships. Just use stuff like that, but I don't know, I just think these look too bulky, but you guys decide whatever you guys want to do for your ships. Now this is actually a crib, so basically this is where they would put their babies. Even poor people would have cribs as well, because you don't want the baby just to kind of run away. You want it to be in a stationary area, and having a crib definitely helps that accomplish that need. So yeah, this is a crib there. Now this is a bunk bed design. You're gonna find some more of those up here in the more medium wealth beds up there, but this one is the low wealth bed. Now this one is another interesting one. Lots of space underneath, so you could even put like crafting tables underneath and make them into cabinets or something underneath there. But yeah, for this bed, that's just the design, and it's just one bed, so why you would have that space underneath, I don't know. Now this is another sort of like cabinet bed, whatever. So basically you just have lots of storage around, and you kind of sleep on top of it. So yeah, that is what that is. So let's go ahead and head over to the medium wealth beds now. So this is actually what was I gonna say? Yeah, this is the medium wealth. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. But anyway, you got the the painting right there for the headboard, and it works pretty well. It looks pretty nice, except from the side, but typically you never look from the side, you look at it from the front. But anyway, that's just a plain bed that you can use. Now this is another bunk bed here, and you use the iron trap doors on both sides, so then it has a little more texture, and it's a little out of the ordinary, because typically you don't use iron for beds, but whatever, you can use it for that. Now this is another same thing as this one over there, but this one uses the other seat textures. Now remember, the seats are new in the pack, so basically it's the normal red seat right there, but the biome changes, and you can make it green, you can make it into the sort of like the reed, or the I don't know what those are called, but they're kind of like the thatch seats. And then you have these leather seats here, and it looks really nice. I love it. Works well. I love these this new texture. Great job, Monsterfish. Now this is probably one of my favorite bed designs right here. I love having the red carpet above, and it's kind of like a canopy bed, and it works really well, I think. And but yeah, this is what I did for this one at least, and I did it elsewhere, as you can see there, and other places we'll find. But for this one at least, this is what I did. And I like it quite a bit. It worked really well, and I think that yeah, so basically in order to get this, just bookshelves there in front of the bed as the headboard. Then you use the crafting table cabinet texture on top of that, and then you put the two stair blocks on top of that, and make sure you put these trap doors on either side. You put the crafting tables here. These are actually crafting tables, but they look like cabinets, so like just change the texture. And then you put these on, put the carpets on top, and then voila, you got yourself a really nice bed. And now this is another cool thing. I'm glad that Monsterfish changed the iron door. However, I'm not sure if I really like this texture specifically. I feel like it's a little too, I don't know, a little too artsy for me. It looks like this is something you'd find in a Skyrim dungeon, not something you would find in a castle or any house or such. I feel like there could be some work on that, but if we did have the ability to use multiple doors, I would definitely love this door, because it does work in a good many instances. But for having a base door texture, I feel like it should be something more like base, something that could be used everywhere, from the dungeon to a normal house door or whatever. But these are the new iron doors for now, and Monsterfish said that they're just in test phase, so he's not sure if he wants to keep them yet or not, but he's waiting for feedback on what people think about it. So this is another bunk bed design. It's basically the same thing as that one right there, but this one has the bed coming out on this side, and it works pretty well. It looks pretty nice, I think, and you have the crafting table underneath. Love it. So this here is another bed design, but another thing that I like to do is I like to put like these little rails on there, because typically when you're in the top of a bunk bed, you sometimes roll off, and it's nice to have some rails just to make sure you don't fall off. So this is kind of categorized under a richer bed, but whatever. I mean, I put it in a medium wealth bed, and it works pretty well, I think, and has a pretty cool little design to it. A little odd though, but it's interesting. So let's just go ahead and move on to this one. Now this is this wasn't built by me. I don't know who this was built on, but I found this on the example world, and I really liked it. So that's what I did. I brought it over, and I really wanted to show you guys this design because it's really nice. It looks kind of like an adult crib because you kind of feel like you're in a crib, but it's definitely not a crib, as you can obviously tell. But yeah, I really liked it, and thank you to whoever had built this. I'm pretty sure whoever had built this watches my videos, and so thank you to you and credit to you. Comment below if you made this one, but you would have had been on the Raven build teams if you built that. And so this is another one inspired by these next three are inspired by the Raven build team, but or next two, should I say. And anyway, this one is another one. Looks pretty good. As you can see, it's just kind of like a cabinet bed. Same thing with this one. This is what I call a bookcase headboard. Looks pretty cool. You can definitely have a lot of storage in there, and have a little seat, a little bench at the end. And this here is a crib, and I really like this design because it definitely looks like a crib. It's a more of a richer crib though. Like you could put this over on the rich side too if you wanted to, but I've used this design several times. I'm not going to claim it as my own because I'm pretty sure... No, I found it over on WesteroScraft, actually, is where the original idea came from. So credit to the WesteroScraft server for this. You guys are an absolute inspiration. You guys do some amazing stuff over there, and I love what you do. So keep it up. And yeah, so for those of you that aren't aware of the WesteroScraft server, maybe I'll do some walkthroughs of their server sometime soon. I've been kind of waiting on that, kind of waiting till I kind of like burn out on ideas for like building and stuff before I move on to stuff like that. But I'm a long way from being burnt out on anything like that. And that doesn't work. So let's go ahead and grab the clock. And where's the clock? There it is. There we go. So now everyone's hidden. So this is actually designed by Monsterfish. He had built this in my courtier castle because I said, I dare you to make a awesome bed. And I think that this is actually a pretty awesome bed. It's really interesting. I've never seen this design before, and I thought I'd just go ahead and bring this over and show you guys from the courtier castle. So if you sort of search through my courtier, you'll be able to find this bed somewhere, and you'll see in the context it's used. But yeah, it works pretty well, and I like it a lot. So let's go ahead and move over to the, actually no, we started over here when we started building, but yeah, that's my phone, the vibrating. So anyway, this is actually a bed from my Aldern Hill, but I've like advanced it a lot to work here, and I like this bed quite a bit. You can see how you have the weapons, the pikes at the end, and then you have like the weapons in the middle as well. Lots of storage, lots of things that could work, and then you have this sort of canopy over it. Now, what I found out, which is really cool, is the canopies were actually originated as when people had thatched roofs. When it would rain, there'd be lots of critters living in their roofs, like bugs and stuff. And basically, when it would rain, all those bugs would start falling through the roof. And that's what they originally used canopies for, was to catch all those bugs, so that the bugs and stuff wouldn't fall onto the people that are peacefully sleeping underneath, or fall into the nice clean sheets that maybe the mother had just cleaned that day. So that is the practical purpose behind a canopy. And then it started to be used in more of like when the 18th or the 19th century turned around. 18th century, yeah, it was the 18th century when that started turning around. That's when the same thing with castles. They started using castles as sort of like a beautification instead of fortification, because it just wasn't practical anymore to have castles. But it's basically the same thing. And like, you know, thatched roofs kind of went out of style. But anyway, even in Minecraft, we like to use canopy beds because it works that way. And pretty much all of these are canopy beds. So, so that's pretty much how it is. Usually on Minecraft, the richer beds have canopies. Now this one I found on the example world as well. I don't think I've made any modifications to it. I just kind of used the same thing. But yeah, this is a really cool design. It's just curtains all the way around. You can just kind of fill in the blank that there's a little like post going up from there to the top, and it works really well, I think. And so whoever made this, you guys did an awesome job on this bed. And this is actually something that's really cool, and I might actually go ahead and use this as our tutorial bed at the end. And we might actually just go ahead and build that one anyway. But anyway, this is another bed right here that I built, and it's more of a like a really like rich kind of like golden, like really wealthy style bed. Like you would find this in like a really Victorian style house or whatever, where like everything's gold plated and stuff. But yeah, this is interesting. I like this bed a good bit. It works pretty well, I think. And hopefully that'll be able to inspire you somehow. The picture frame at the end, the yellow and red sheets, as you can see there, and a little pillow with the white carpet, and then you have the cabinetry and such there. And so yeah, that's a pretty interesting design that hopefully you guys will be able to be inspired by. So this here's another bed. This was built by Archmage, and he did a pretty well job on this. I think he did very interesting. So good job to him. It's very low bed, so but sometimes the roofs are pretty low, so it's practical sense. Same thing with this one, and you have, as you can see, you can have the mirror at the head of the bed, and that works pretty well, I think. And I actually really like that, so that is really cool. I didn't even notice that they had it mirrored at first, or when I first came through here. So but yeah, that's pretty cool. Good job, Archmage. And now this is another canopy bed, kind of like this one over here, but a little bit different. As you can see, it has a different headboard. You can actually walk up and onto it. And then at the foot of the bed, you got yourself some shelves, and looks pretty cool, I think. And but yeah, that is that. As you can see. Now this one is actually kind of like comical. Basically, this is like the really stingy king, and he just wants to have all the gold around him, so he just kind of piles it up all around him. This was built by Archmage, by the way, and he did a really interesting. This is really interesting. This is very sort of original, I think. I've never seen a bed like this, kind of like where all the gold is just piled around it. And I'm sure you guys now will, gain some inspiration from this. But like, say if you have, like, depending on the theme of your plot, say if it's a fantasy plot, you could go ahead and use this design, this kind of gold design around it. Now this is another one of my favorite designs. I love this poster bed here, and it's just the way that it works. I think I just love it. Works really well for me, at least. And I love how the bed is, and I might actually just use this in my sea bridge build somewhere, because this is something that I really like right there. Now this is one that another one that Archmage has made, and this is kind of interesting. You can't really tell the style because it doesn't feel dwarven, it doesn't feel like Indian or anything. It'd be kind of hard to fit a style to this because yeah, I don't know, but it looks cool, I think. If you can use it for something, that'd be cool. But this is just like an idea, something to inspire you to use certain blocks maybe, and just work on styles and work on ideas, and maybe you'll come up with something even better than this. But this is really good. So good job, Archmage. Now this is another one that he made. As you can see, it's not a canopy bed per se, but it just has like the sort of curtains around it, just to sort of add that sort of like pretty effect. And it's all blue there. He has the blue sheets, and he has a little picture up at the headboard. I think it works really well. He did a good job on this. I definitely think he did a good job on that. So this is the bed we're actually going to do our tutorial on. So once we're done with looking through the rest of these, we're going to go ahead and build this one, because this one is what Archmage said, or not Archmage, somebody said it was their favorite one, but that kind of made up my mind which one I was going to do the tutorial on. So we're going to go ahead and do this one right there. So anyway, this is another bed design here. This one works pretty well. This has a sort of like this is more of like a mahogany kind of bed. Feels very wooden. It's very it's like handcrafted and very well made. Because you kind of like get the impression that there's lots of like carvings and lots of like cool little etchings all over the wood. At least that's the feeling that I get, and I think it looks pretty good. So good job, Archmage, on that as well. Archmage made this one too, and so this one's pretty cool, and it's also pretty interesting how you can use this here. As you can see, it's the actual this table right here, and you can just use that as the bed base, and it looks pretty cool because you have that's like the rail that goes to the footboard. You can kind of have like the what is it, the flail, I don't forget what it's whatever that little sheet is called that you put on top of your base, your foundation. Anyway, then you have these sheets on top and the covers and the bed and whatever. Now this is actually, that's not supposed to be there, but I copy and pasted this from my Wolfang castle, and this is an interesting design, I think. I just thought it would be cool just to you know, in order to get more designs, I just pulled some designs from my castles and stuff that I've already come up with. Excuse me. And this is, yeah, so this is from Wolfang, and a pretty interesting poster bed. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this bed right here. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Go ahead and pull it. I'm just going to do the sheets a little bit different than what I did over there. And so basically, we're just going to place down all of our wool blocks like that, as you can see. So basically, it looks the same thing as one of the flags. That's what I was trying to do, is trying to make it look like the flags. And then what you do is you take your stone bricks and you place them around like that, and then you place the stone bricks like this, just like so. Now I forget what the base is. Okay, so the same thing in there. So what you do now is you go ahead and head through the metadatas until you get to the sort of like the chimney capped, or the what I call the metal capped stone. And you do that all the way around just like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab your nether brick stairs and also your stone brick stairs. And you're going to put your stone brick or your nether brick there. Stone brick, oops, stone brick, or nether brick, sorry, nether brick, stone brick, and then nether brick there. And then if I remember right, yes, okay, it is correct. So then we do there, and there, and then we go ahead and put a daylight sensor on top, and then it has a pretty good feel, I think, and works pretty well. So another thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our stone brick cobble walls, and we're going to go all the way around just like this, except for there, just there and there. All right, so and then the rest is going to be normal cobble walls, so just on top, there, there, and there. Now the reason why we do it like that is it adds variation. As you can see, it looks a little better. It doesn't look so plain. So now let's go ahead and get some, what is they, cobble stairs, just like that, all the way around. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now there we go. That works pretty well. And then we're going to take our iron fence pieces and we're going to put them on top, just like a poster bed would be. Just kind of like little spikes. So this is kind of like a gothic style. In all honesty, it looks kind of gothic, and I guess that's what I like about it. Is I kind of like gothic, and it works well. So now we're going to go ahead and place our painting here. Whoops, I could have just easily placed it from there. Let's just do this. Let's go back to there, and then we're going to do the same thing here. There we go, and then we're going to go back to the blue one. So as you can see, that's why I have the blue and the white like that. So you have the blue and the white. And let's go ahead and take our white carpet like that, just like it's a pillow. And then I think, oh no, we still got to do the little heads on top. Now when you're on the raven.org creative server, you have the option to be able to get the conquest heads, which is actually a specific feature in the conquest resource pack. Now you can get this using other commands throughout your other like single player or other servers or whatever, but it's like a complicated command and I don't know what it is. But on the Raven server, it's simplified to get DukeOnRed1, that's your player name, and then this one is old lamp. And there's other heads, like there's bird cage, there is, what else is there? There's bird cage, and I forget, cabbage. There's other ones. Someone's trolling me with emerald blocks. Pretty sure that's, come on, C-M-O-N, whatever how you spell that. But anyway, this is our gothic bed style that we have here, and it works pretty well, I think. And hopefully you guys were able to gather some inspiration and be able to find some inspiration to be able to build your own beds of your beds of your own. Now, for this at least, down on the poorer side, I don't think that there is many more variations that you guys can go by. So basically, these are all the base designs. This is all just how they are. If you're able to find different designs, all power to you. I mean, I feel like I found pretty much most of the designs for the poor beds. and then you have sort of the medium wealth beds, and then you have the high wealth beds. Now, in order to get here, same thing like always, it's at the architect plot, and like all of my design videos, everything is centered around the architect plot. So in order to get here, you're just going to type /warp-arch, ARCH, and that's how you would get to this plot here. And then you'll just kind of fly around and you'll decide on what you want to look at. And for this video and specifically, obviously, this is the beds that we're looking at. So if you want to look at the beds, they're over here. We got the lamps over there. We got the wells. We got the statues. We got the chairs and thrones, fireplaces, chicken coops, cave designs, chandeliers, and shelves. So I'm trying to continue to develop this, and I'm really liking how this all is turning out. This is actually, I'm really excited about, because once we get this all the way around, I'm not sure what we're going to do from there. Probably just going to go ahead and take more plots out there. But I'm trying to keep it all centralized for you guys so you can all come to one place and that you don't have to like fly around and like search for my plots. Like everything is just here. So hopefully you guys will find some inspiration, and definitely look through the other things here and watch my other videos on the rest of these designs, and hopefully you'll find some inspiration. Well, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Till then, bye-bye.